All right, guys. Give Nova credit. I thought they just made a few more plays. Was really proud of our guys' effort, fight, bite, all those things. I thought it was terrific. Execution of the game plan defensively, execution of the game plan in general. Thought it was really on point and really good. We clearly didn't make enough open looks. You got to make open looks. We just couldn't make enough open looks tonight. But man, a lot of good stuff. So,
Coach, your three-man bench almost scored as many points as your starters. What did they show you in terms of going forward, obviously, with this extending injury report, sort of going into, the conference play as you keep going?
Yeah, really proud of David. He stayed ready. He's shown a real maturity all year. He's a young player. I think we forget that. When you look out there, we have a lot of sophomores out there, and more so than maybe we intended kind of coming into the season. But he's a young player, and he stayed ready. JJ's ankle was now healthy, so he was able to do some things tonight that he wasn't able to do in the last game because of his ankle injury in the UConn game. And then Chris can really shoot the ball, and rebounding are two things that he can really bring this group. So it was good, and Teo will have opportunity as well.
Can you compare, tonight falling behind, your team's composure facing that as compared to the last time you played Villanova?
Well, I thought it was night and day. I thought we've gotten better as a group in the last month, for sure. We'd obviously love to be at full strength. I think we'd all love to be at full strength. But it's night and day. The way this group has, I think, grown in the last month and gotten better. But if you're going to beat a team that's good, and Villanova's good, and they're tough, and they're old, they're very old, they're well coached, they spread you out. Like they're a group that is really. Physically, you look at them right there and you say, okay, those are older bodies, and they are. I mean, I coached against Dixon in the NCAA tournament and in the second round, and he was a young player at that time, and he actually made 2 threes. He did not have the reputation at that time to be as prolific of a scorer, but I coached, it was Jay's last Final Four team, and coached against him in the second round, and it was a close game, and he actually made a 3 or 2 in the second half. So it just shows you, he's got some age, and he's a heck of a player, and they've got a good team.
Chris, in terms of three-point shooting in Big East play, you guys have really hovered about that 30% number. Is that more of a byproduct of just shots not falling, or is it bad shots? Is it a little bit of everything? Because you've had some games where you've shot really well from three, but then you have nights like tonight where you just take a bunch of shots and nothing's falling. Yeah,
it's all about the quality of the looks, and for the most part, I thought we got really high-quality looks. So that's the thing we're evaluating. What's the quality of the looks? I think we got to look at it. I think CJ had a handful of ones that he needs to pass on. Outside of that, there were really quality looks that I'm not going to tell our guys not to shoot. We've got good shooters. They just need to step up and knock them down.
Coach, especially down 3 of your typical starters, what do you think of the defensive effort your team turned in tonight?
Phenomenal. I thought our effort was phenomenal. I thought our defensive effort was as good as it's been all year. I thought our bite and our competitiveness was terrific. We compete like this. We'll play well. We'll make shots more so than we did tonight. What we can control in a lot of ways is the quality of our shots, but our competitiveness, our readiness to play, our defensive execution of the game plan. I think offensively we're able to get some quality looks that we wanted. I really don't have issue. I've certainly come in here and said, hey, we need to be better in a lot of areas than what tonight I don't feel that way as much. I feel like we just we were good in a lot of ways. We need to make more shots.
Obviously, news of Connor today. Just how tough is it to lose him for the rest of the season?
Yeah, it's tough. He was battling. The kid has really battled through. It's been painful for him. You guys don't see or probably hear, but it's been really painful for him. He's been really sore the day after games, and he's just battled and battled and battled. And I think probably, he, his family, they just were like, hey, it's a long process, that injury, the surgery, and then the return to play. It's a 6-month process. So I think for him, he was also thinking about, getting ready for next season. And, we certainly miss him. Our guys miss him, but the surgery went really well. And, we're excited about, what he's going to bring next year.
And then in his absence, what do you need to see from David, Jacob, and Layden to replace his production?
Yeah, Layden's 6 assists, 1 turnover. I thought he's continues to grow. He's grown as a player dramatically. Really proud of him. I think his defensive discipline has gotten better. So really proud of Layden. And I thought DT gave us phenomenal minutes tonight. And Jacob he competed on the defensive end. He'll make shots more than what he did tonight.
Coach, CJ Gunn had 5 steals tonight. What have you seen from him improve in terms of improvement overall in the season as an on-ball defender?
Yeah, I think he's been. I thought he and Isaiah were terrific defensively tonight. Isaiah, our team held Dixon, I think, to a season low. That's a team effort, but Isaiah played a big role in that. But CJ's activity, he's got a knack for stealing the ball. He's really active. Really proud of CJ. Again, he's just got to continue to have a little bit more. He's got to play with that frenetic pace on the defensive end. He's got to play with a little more composure on the offensive end.
And then, Chris, when you take a look at what Connor does for you on the floor, he's that ball-handling point guard. How much do you miss that? Because early in the game, you guys kind of looked not in sync offensively. Everybody's kind of looking at the bench trying to figure out how much do you kind of have to coach that a little bit more in practice because Connor's not out there to kind of bark the orders.
Yeah, that'll take some time. That'll take some time. We've played without Connor for stretches, but he's been such a big part of what we do. And the offense, I don't want to minimize Troy out here either. Troy's 3rd on our team in assists. He's our best ball mover outside of probably Connor. So he really moves the ball. The ball flows and moves when Troy's out there. It just pops. So I am a little bit concerned about that with those 2 guys being out. But certainly we're going to be a different team when you take away the scoring and the 7 assists a game that Connor provides and his ability to touch the paint, collapse the defense, and make the right read a lot of times. But again, I think our younger guards are coming along. They're getting better. And I think they'll, they just got to continue to grow here these last few weeks.
And then do you have a timeline for Troy and David on when you think they might be back?
I don't on either guy. I really don't. We'll know more on Troy after his some of his imaging on Friday. But I don't think either one's a season-ending situation, but we obviously want to get him back as quickly as we can. Anything else, guys?
And then, Chris, with the amount of injuries you have you or your staff gave thought to having like an open walk-on tryout just to get bodies in there just because the guys have been so beat up because you've had different injuries of different lengths just to get some maybe healthier, fresher bodies for practice?
We have some former players that have come back and practiced some. That's been a good thing for us, so that's helped us in practice some. I don't know right now that we'll do walk-on. We did that earlier in the year, but we do have some former players that have come back and did exactly what you said, been able to give us a hand. We had one yesterday that came back and did a really nice job in practice for us. All right. Okay, thanks, guys.
David, let's start with you. Season high, far and away, and you made quadruple the amount of three-pointers tonight than you have all season. Can you talk about sort of the performance you had tonight, having to step up after obviously the news that we all heard of Connor's surgery?
Oh yeah, it's just unfortunate that we got some guys out, but coach has been telling me, not even like recently, but like the whole season, just to stay ready. And I just made sure to come into practice, not having a down mindset, just come into practice every day and play like I'm going to play 30 minutes. So I feel like that really helped me in this moment today.
Jay, obviously you lose Connor for the season. Just how big of a loss is that for this team?
That's a huge loss. Connor, he's been one of our leaders for like the whole year. He's our main point guard. He's always, bringing the fire out, especially in like certain moments of the game. So losing Connor is going to be a big loss, but we just got to stay ready and stay with it. I feel like we're improving.
David, how do you feel like you can step up maybe in Connor's plays? Obviously, Connor plays a very different game than you, but just how can you step up?
Just like on offense, just trying to just lead the offense, just try not to have too many turnovers and just play like consistent defense. Like even today I had some mishaps, just try to lock in and so I could play a full 40 minutes of good defense.
Guys, after tonight, it's clear this team has a next man up mentality, and especially with guys like Chris Riddle coming in. What'd you guys like in his minutes tonight, what he showed?
I was happy for Chris. He came in, hit the three, and was just playing aggressive. I think he got a block on defense. He practiced hard. Every practice, he's like the main guy on the scout team. So, he stays ready and stays with it. I'm just happy for him tonight.
David, you got switched on to Eric Dixon several times tonight and were able to hold your ground. Was that part of the game plan, was ending up guarding, a guy as big as he did? And how did that play to your strengths?
Oh, yeah, in practice, we just practiced for, like, switching 1 through 4. So if a guard could be on him, just to keep my chest on him, play physical, and just keep my hands up, try not to foul, because, he likes to rake through. But, yeah, we practiced that throughout the week.
JJ, with such a hobbled lineup, you guys only went 8 deep tonight, obviously. Does that change any of the strategic or just philosophy you guys have coming in and how you're going to play these next couple games with potentially only with a hobbled lineup?
Honestly, not really. We've been, continuing to do what we do and just keep getting better. It obviously hurts practice a little bit because we less on guys. But, yeah, our game plan, and the way we play and the way we practice, like, has been very consistent, and we just got to keep that going no matter who's down, and just have the next man ready.
Thank you.